Shanks was never just a pirate. He was never just Luffy's inspiration. And after chapter 1167, we finally understand what he truly was. A government weapon, created by the Holy Knights themselves. Today, we're breaking down the dark truth behind Shanks' birth, his role in God Valley, his secret connection to Fisher Tiger, and why the world government desperately wants him back in the final war. And trust me, once you hear this theory, you'll never see Shanks the same way again. Because if this theory is true, Shanks is not a free pirate. He is the one weapon the Holy Knights lost, and the one man capable of destroying the world they built. And everything started with a baby born in the heart of Mary Geoise. Chapter 1167 confirms something insane. Shanks was found as an infant inside a Holy Knight treasure chest. That alone already tells us everything. Shanks didn't come from a pirate family. Shanks didn't come from the outside world. Shanks came from the inside, from the highest, most protected bloodline on Earth. That's not a coincidence. That is design. The Holy Knights have always been the world government's elite warriors. So what if, just like Vegapunk creates Seraphim, the Holy Knights began creating their own next generation of living weapons? Children raised from birth to serve the divine order. Children trained to embody justice as the Tenryubito define it. Children conditioned for obedience, loyalty, and overwhelming power. Shanks was meant to be the perfect Holy Knight of the next age. Oda says Shanks was accidentally left behind in God Valley. But come on, Holy Knights do not lose a baby. Ever. The truth is way darker. Shanks wasn't abandoned. He was being delivered, transferred, presented to someone. And the person waiting for him was likely Figerland Garling, leader of the Holy Knights. Shanks was about to enter his official training. His destiny was set. His role was chosen. His entire future planned by the government. Until a man appeared who the world would one day call the Pirate King. When Roger finds the chest and sees the baby inside, he doesn't hesitate. He doesn't question it. He doesn't search for the parents. He immediately takes Shanks aboard. Why? Because Roger recognized something. Not just innocence, not just potential. Roger recognized holy blood. He knew instantly what Shanks was supposed to become, and he refused to let it happen. This wasn't an adoption. It was a rescue. It was a rebellion. It was a direct interference with the world government's future. Roger didn't just take a baby, he stole a weapon. Shanks grows up surrounded by pirates, by laughter, by adventure, by people who value freedom over everything. And during the final voyage, Shanks learns the truth of the world. The Void Century, the Ancient Kingdom, the Will of D, the sins of the Tenryubito, the tragedy of Joy Boy. And in that moment, the Holy Knights lose him forever. The boy raised to be their perfect weapon gains something no experiment should ever have. A free heart, a free will, a dream. Fans forget this moment, but it is one of the most important clues in the entire story. Fisher Tiger confirms he owes his life to a red-haired man. And the only red-haired pirate with the power and presence to do it is Shanks. But why did Shanks risk everything to save a slave? Why provoke the celestial dragons? Why interfere with the system he came from? Because Shanks understood Fisher Tiger's suffering in a way almost no one else on Earth could. Shanks himself was a captive child, a possession of the Holy Knights, a tool, a project, a life designed for someone else's purpose. Saving Fisher Tiger wasn't a random act of kindness. It was personal. It was Shanks rejecting the identity the Holy Knights forced on him. It was the first time Shanks openly defied the world he was born into. Shanks' behavior throughout the story suddenly makes sense. He stops Kaido, he intimidates the Gorosei, he tracks down Blackbeard, he gives Luffy the hat, Roger's will. Shanks isn't protecting balance, he's protecting Luffy from the same fate he escaped. Because Shanks knows exactly what the government does to children with destiny. He lived it. And he refuses to let Luffy become another weapon, another experiment, another pawn of the Celestial Dragons. Luffy must remain free, because a chained Joy Boy is no Joy Boy at all. Now we understand the real threat. Shanks isn't just powerful, he isn't just influential, he isn't just respected. Shanks is their failure, their mistake, their missing weapon. A Holy Knight child who rebelled, escaped, learned the truth, and became a pirate emperor. That is unacceptable. Not because he's dangerous, but because he proves the Holy Knights are not gods. He proves their system can be broken. He proves their indoctrination can be rejected. Shanks is living evidence that the Celestial Dragon's divinity is a myth. And that's why they need him back, alive or dead. Imagine this scene. Shanks walks alone into the Holy Land. The sky is burning. The final war has begun. The world watches. The Holy Knights surround him. Garling steps forward. The truth is spoken. You were our greatest creation, our perfect successor, and you betrayed us. And Shanks looks up and says, "You didn't create me. You tried to control me. And today, I end everything you built." That is Shanks' real role in the Final Saga. Not Luffy's enemy, not the secret villain, but the one man who understands both worlds. The world of pirates and the world of gods. And that makes him the most dangerous man alive. If Shanks was truly a government weapon, then everything changes. His meeting with Luffy, his deal with the Gorosei, his sudden move toward the One Piece, his interest in Blackbeard, his protection of Wano, his fear of certain people, his knowledge of the Void Century. Shanks isn't playing the pirate game. He's playing the God game, the game of the final war. And for the first time, he's ready to choose a side.